Hi students, second MSc, fourth semester. So in the session we will discuss mass bar spectroscopy. This is the next topic in fourth unit, mass bar spectroscopy. So first the mass bar effect so this mass bar effect was that is mass bar spectroscopy okay, mass bar effect. So this mass bar effect is also concerned with the phenomenon of resonance fluorescence. of gamma rays. Resonance fluorescence of gamma rays. Okay, so it is comparable to the resonance fluorescence in optical region, but involves intranuclear rather than intranuclear rather than electronic energy levels. So here the important characteristic of this radiation under optimum condition of measurements is the extreme sharpness of the lines. Okay, so generally, so the Mossbar effect, so generally in quantum mechanics, the nucleus can be, so here in quantum mechanics, here the nucleus can be treated like in the same way treated like atom, treated in much the same way as the atom. Okay, right. So although the details of the nuclear binding differ considerably from the Coulomb's binding of the atom, so both the atom and nucleus are multi-particle systems subject to the same sort of the quantum mechanical analysis. Okay, so in particular, just like atom and nucleus has quantized energy levels, the atom and nucleus has quantized energy levels. Okay, so although the nucleus generally occupies the ground state energy level, so it can be excited to, so the nucleus, so which occupies the ground state, the ground state energy level. Okay, so so it can be excited, the nucleus so can be excited to which state? Higher. So ground state to higher energy levels, and which makes transitions back to lower levels. Okay, so and which make transitions to so first the nucleus occupies ground state energy level, so which can be excited by the nucleus can be excited to the higher energy level, and much makes transitions. So transition back to lower levels. Okay, so lower levels. So the absorbing and emitting photons in the process. So in which process? Absorbing and either absorbing or emitting photons. Absorbing or emitting photons. So in this process. So right. So why atomic transition have energy in? So in case of atom, the transition. So in atomic transition, okay. So in atomic transition energy, have energy in electron volts to kilo electron volts range. So similarly, nuclear gamma rays have energy, which range? Energy on the either side of energy in the order like, so energy in the order is kilo electron volt to mega electron volt. So here the photons that originate from atomic de-excitation are called X-rays, and those from nuclear de-excitation are gamma rays. Okay, photons that originate from atomic de-excitation. So photons that originate from atomic excitation, which are called as X-rays, and those from nuclear de-excitation are gamma rays. X-rays means the photons that originate from atomic de-excitation, and the gamma rays means which from nuclear de-excitation. That means X-rays are, okay, X-rays are coming from the de-excitation of photons, X-rays. Okay, so similarly gamma rays are, so X-rays are atomic de-excitation. Am I right? So gamma rays are nuclear de-excitation. Okay, did you find the difference between X-rays and gamma rays and atomic de-excitation and nuclear de-excitation? So in case of X-rays are atomic de-excitation, similarly gamma rays are nuclear de-excitation. So that means in the mass bar effect, the nuclear de-excitation occurs and gamma rays are released. Am I right? Okay. Right. Next, the transition. Here, the transition between the nuclear states generally occur by radiation process involving recoil. So in recoil emission, So conservation of momentum requires in recoil emission the conservation remains constant, or requires conservation of momentum, that is momentum remains constant. The nucleus to carry away momentum equal to the emitted gamma rays. So then the kinetic energy of the nucleus takes up some energy available from the transitions. Here the kinetic energy of the nucleus. So as a result, there is less energy left from the gamma, and its energy is lower than the energy released by the transition. So the energy shifts of gamma. So the energy shifts of gamma in lifetime of the state, lifetime of the state, the energy shift of gamma. So in so the energy shifts of the gamma the energy shifts of gammas in emission or absorption, emission and absorption, emission and absorption of, or emission and absorption are large. The emission, the energy shift of gamma in emission and absorption is large. So compared to the this is compared to the width of transition line. Okay, width of transition line. Okay, right. So in 1957, so Mossberg discovered a discovered the recoil, discovered the recoil free, the recoil free emission and absorption of gamma rays. And absorption of gamma rays from the nuclear transition, the nuclear transition. So then the essence of this Mossberg effect is the absorption of recoil momentum by the entire solid, lattice of the solid. Since the lattice is much more massive than the nucleus, its recoil kinetic energy is effectively zero, because the kinetic energy of the recoil kinetic energy is effectively zero, because the lattice is much more massive than the nucleus. So in this case, the gamma rays carries away exactly the energy of the transition. So suppose a nucleus emits a gamma ray of energy. Suppose a nucleus emits a gamma ray okay. So gamma ray of energy which emits energy, that is like E gamma, energy E gamma. So in making the transition from state 2 to state 1, then the overlap between the emission and absorption lines allows another nucleus to absorb that gamma rays in going from state 1 to state 2. So such resonant absorption is the key to mass bar spectroscopy. So what happens here when the nucleus emits a gamma ray of energy? So E gamma. So from which state? From state 2 to state 1. So the overlap between emission and absorption lines allows another nucleus absorbs this is the emission state 2 to state 1, and the nucleus absorbs the gamma ray from state 1 to state 2. This is the emission of state 2 to state 1. This is the state 1 to state 2 emits gamma ray, and absorption is state 1 to state 2. So such resonant absorption is the key of the mass bar spectroscopy. So that is the simple theory of mass bar effect. Okay. So next, recoil free. Already told you recoil free. So the recoil free fraction. What is meant by recoil free fraction? So in this mass bar effect, the recoil free energy. So what is the recoil? Free fraction. Okay. So the recoil free fraction of the source, the recoil free fraction, which is defined as the fraction of gamma rays okay. So that is emitted. The fraction of gamma rays that is emitted without recoil. So which is called recoil free energy. So particular theories provided different spectra according to this recoil energy. So the expression for recoil free fraction in Debye theory is F is equal to exponential, that means e power minus E gamma square by h cross c square into expectation value of x square. Here what is this expectation value? So here the E gamma is the gamma energy, and this expectation, that is expectation of x square, so which is the mean square displacement here. This is the mean square displacement of the atoms in its thermal vibrations due to this effect about this origin. So here this is the mean square displacement of atoms in the thermal vibrations. Okay, so the this is the Debye theory. So this theory of lattice vibration gives an estimate for the mean square displacement of atom, and thus F can be evaluated. So by using this we can evaluate F value. So however, the finite thickness of the absorber modifies of the recoil fraction. So on one hand, a thin absorber cannot absorb all recoil free gamma rays because there are not enough nuclei in the path to ensure this interaction. So the thickness of the absorber thus changes the observed absorption, so that it no longer equals the recoil free fraction of the source. So if the values are consistent, one can consider the Debye theory and description of the lattice of this purpose, that is the recoil free fraction. According to this fraction of gamma rays that is emitted without recoil is called as recoil free fraction. So the recoil free fraction you can calculate by using F is equal to exp or e power minus e gamma square by h cross c whole square into this x square. Okay, so E gamma be the energy of the gamma, H cross be the h by 2 pi, h be the Planck's constant, and c be the velocity of light. So by using this expression you can calculate the recoil free fraction. Okay, you can estimate the recoil free fraction. Okay, that is the simple statement for Mossbar effect and recoil free fraction. Okay, thank you students. Next class we will discuss about Mossbar effect with example, Mossbar spectroscopy with example, and next line width and different definitions we have. So we will discuss these definitions in next class. Okay, thank you students.